Yo, what's good, people? It's D Thrive here, a phone buyer near me. Yo, yesterday I picked up an iPhone 12 for $45. Just $45, man. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, the guy posted it for about 200, and I believe this was about a week ago, right? He posted it for 200, and then yesterday I noticed that the price went down, right? It went down about 50%, so he dropped it to $100. And when I checked his listing, I noticed that him and I were in contact with each other. We spoke about the device, and we basically came to an agreement that neither one of us was gonna budge. I wasn't gonna drive to him. He wasn't gonna, drive over to where I am, and we left it at that. However, I reached out to him like I never knew him and never had any type of conversation with him, and I noticed that he was willing to play ball. So I arranged for him to come closer to me. I met up with him, and I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous about me offering him such a low price. And what ended up happening was this: I checked my price list, and I offered the dude $10 for the phone. That's what really happened. He wanted 200, dropped the price down to 100. When he got to me, I offered him $10. So obviously, that's obviously that messed up his psyche. He's like, wait, huh? 10 what? What you? $10. I can offer you $10 for the phone, right? In person. So I offered him $10 for the phone, and he's like, nah. I could give you 80. And I'll be like, let me show you why I'm saying $10 for this phone. The phone is locked, right? There's all these things that I knew would bring down the value with the phone. And that brought him to my level where he's like, damn, he's right. I had everything on my side, which is leverage, right? I leveraged this thing. First of all, I reached out to him when he first posted the device. Right now, at that point, he's thinking, okay, I want 200 for it. I'm gonna stand firm on it. I fell back. I didn't beg him. I fell back. I walked away. Maybe a week or two later, he dropped the price. So that lets me know, okay, he's willing to play ball. Then he's not giving me any type of pushback when I'm telling him, hey, let's meet here. Let's meet halfway. Now, he doesn't know that the halfway mark that we met is right around the corner from my house, right? He doesn't know that, but that doesn't matter. What matters is he agreed to get up out of his bed, get in the car, and drive somewhere, right? So that was number one was the price drop. Number two was him agreeing to the meetup, him driving to meet me. Number three is when I started letting him know the things that were wrong with the phone, his price started dropping even more. So it went from 200 to 100 to 80 to me offering him $10. And I showed him the reason why I offered him $10, right? I said, look, I'm not just throwing a number out here. This is the reason why I'm offering you this number, because this is what's wrong with it. That's what's wrong with it. This was wrong with it, right? And obviously they're gonna have some pushback. Now, when you're a professional, and I actually prided myself in the workplace when I was on the sales floor. When you're a professional, you need to have answers to every question. Every question, right? And it's not to say that you are a know-it-all, but you should know the questions that the customer may ask, because you have to put yourself in their position. What would I ask this person? What would be something I'd be worried about, right? Obviously, it's always about how much do I have to spend, how much am I saving, things like that. Is this something that the salesperson is just making up? Is this like a real deal that I'm getting? Reassurance, right? So, are the competitors paying more? Things like that, right? You need to know this type of stuff, because this deems you as a professional. So when they ask you these questions, you can give them the knowledge, give them the game on it. Wow, this dude knows what he's talking about. Let me stay right here. Let me stay put, because he's gonna direct me in the right place. So we came to a common ground. Now he said the 80, right? Already he went from 200 to 100 to 80, and he's like, I could do 80, you know. I'm like, nah. And I'm like, I could do 25, 35, you know what I'm saying? I'm bringing it up a little bit because I know my ceiling. And a few times he mentioned, look, I can give you 60 or 55. And I'm like, nah, 45. 45 is the highest I could go. And now I had to say it about 3 times. And eventually said, all right, you give me a 45. The reason being is because I had ammo. I had a lot of ammo. I'm the professional. I'm giving him hard evidence, reason, hard factual reason why his phone is not worth what he thinks it's worth, right? I'm standing firm. I'm not budging, because if I did any type of budging, he would know, oh, this dude ain't no professional. This dude don't really know what he's talking about. He's just trying to get a good deal off me. The phone was worth what I said it was worth, right? So I gave him that cash and I kept it pushing. Now, it's up to me. What am I gonna do? Now I got the phone for $45, right? Now that is a huge deal, because I know even the phone at that condition, I'll be able to make double, triple, quadruple my money on that phone, right? But we're playing the long game, right? And I had to remind myself that I'm playing the long game. I'm building up a brand and a business. So yes, I could just throw it back on the market and make double, triple, maybe quadruple my money. But I also want to be able to sustain some type of real relationships, some type of real value, right? And if I'm just throwing shit out there, people aren't gonna look at me as somebody that has value. They're just gonna be like, oh yeah, that's the dude that just get like cheap shit and he just throw it out there and he just, right? Now I'm just looking like a hustler. I'm not looking like somebody that's really does this. I'm just looking like a hustler, right? And I don't want to be deemed as a hustler, right? I want to be deemed as somebody that's a businessman, that I'm professional, I know what I'm doing, I'm thriving, right? And that's what I'm going for. So what I'm deciding to do is I'm going to wait. I'm going to hold on to this, and I'm going to wait a few days. Now I have up until I think December 3rd or December 7th is when I can order a part for the phone, and I'll go ahead and I'll fix the phone myself. And then from there, I will be able to put this phone back on the market, and the true value that I deem the phone is priced at is something that I can actually put in the market, and others, the buyers, will be able to see, okay, yeah, this phone does have this value. They won't mind giving me that money for that phone, because I created the value, right? I build it up. I created the value for this phone. So with that being said, I must be able to breathe and not be so gung-ho and not be so fast-paced. I must be able to breathe and really sit back and look at the bigger picture and see what I have going on, right? So I'm gonna fix that phone. Then once I fix it, I'll put it on the market and we'll go from there. And I'm gonna actually, I think that's something that I'm actually gonna start doing again, because I was doing it in the beginning, but I think I'm gonna start doing it again. A year ago, really literally a year ago, I was doing this. I would take phones that were damaged, I would fix them up and I'll put them back on the market. The only thing is, a year ago, I really didn't know what I was doing. So now I got a year in the game, some skin in the game, right? And I can move with confidence, because now I know the market value. Now I know, okay, if I fix this up, how much of an increase this is going to be, how much this is increasing my brand, this is increasing the value of the device that I have as well, right? And I'm also building up my inventory. I'm also inadvertently building another income stream, because yeah, it's one thing to flip things, right? But it's another thing to buy, refurbish, then flip, right? That's a whole different ball game. And that takes another skill. So when they say have multiple income streams and, oh yeah, an entrepreneur or a real business person should have at least 7 income streams or 5 income streams or whatever the case may be, they're not talking about income streams in random places. And I know some people might believe that, but that's not what it is. It's being so good in your space that you can see where there's services that are needed. There's voids that need to be filled. And then you go in there and you get it done. And now you're like, damn, I'm doing this. Now there's another part of this business that I can go ahead and take advantage of and be of service to people. And I can make some capital off of that as well, right? And that's what I'm learning. A year in, I'm learning that I can be solid in these spaces, in the same field, and be able to make multiple income streams sustainable. Stay tuned. Keep thriving.